Chris, when I was writing that Newsday, and I could remember, what's it, Newsday or the Daily News now that I think about it? But everybody always talked about Patrick Ewing and how he deserved a championship or whatever.
Right.
I always thought Charles Oakley deserved a championship. Like I thought, like he was kind of like, because he wasn't a superstar player. Like people didn't think about that. But I thought this guy's given up himself, played hard every night. Fans used to be like, whenever he would be open to shoot, don't shoot. And then he would knock him down.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't a great shooter, but you know what I mean. I really liked him, and that's why I think he was a fan favorite, because New Yorkers could relate to that guy.
No, I liked him. I definitely agree with you. Now, did he deserve a championship? I mean,
I just meant it from his hard work. I meant from his hard work. That's what I meant.
But he did his job.
Yeah.
Everybody should work that hard. So.
But most people don't. You know that.
He worked hard, and he was a solid player. But, slow down. I mean, my goodness. Patrick Ewing was a superstar.
No, there's no doubt. I'm not dissing, but it was always about Patrick, and I just thought, this guy works really hard. He wants to win more than anybody.
What about John Starks?
Yeah, John.
He was packing groceries.
I know.
So, I mean,
And you know what? I sat on the baseline for that dunk over Jordan and Pippen.
Really?
I was right under I swear to you, Chris, that was where my seat.
It was more so over Pippen, right?
But both Jordan jumped in, right.
Right.
But that's still one of the all-time great dunks.
Yes, great dunk. All right, while we wait on Oak, there's another outspoken player in today's game who's making all sorts of noise. Kevin Durant.
Oh, is he outspoken? I would have never imagined that. What?
He was on the All the Smoke podcast, and they had to just slowly release the excerpts because there were so many hot excerpts from KD. Remember last week we talked about a few things that he said, and this week he said something about his Oklahoma City teammates. Here it is.
With OKC, I play with a lot of athletes. I didn't play with a lot of skill guys, not like shooters, ball handlers. So after a while, my game started to grow. I was like, I need a change. This is before the season even started. You know what I mean? And it was like, I'm going to play out my last season as hard as I can. And I'm not telling anybody I want to leave. I'm not packing in. I'm trying to win as much as we can and trying to end this out right. That was my thinking going in before the year. I was tired of playing in that system. I was tired of having to be the only guy that can make threes, make jump shots, and consistently make them.
All right, that's Kevin Durant. We're going to bring in our man. We've been talking about him. He's a former All-Star for the Knicks, Charles Oakley. What's up, Oak, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm up here in the land, Ohio. You know what we do.
I was going to ask you, so you in Cleveland right now?
Yeah, man. I went, I'm with this promotion with Play Robin Hood. So we did Brooklyn. We went to a United Methodist Church.
Okay.
And we cooked an event for like 300 people. Came through Manhattan Sunday. Union Station did 300. So came to Cleveland. We did 1,000 a day.
Wow.
We did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 1,000 people.
That's great, man.
People need food in this country.
Oh, no doubt. Especially people, trying to get themselves back on track.
Right.
Everybody here. There's a lot of chuck holes in Detroit and Cleveland, so people got to blow out tide trying to get back on the road. So we was just trying to help the people out.
That's great, man. That's
great stuff, Oak.
Speaking of Brooklyn, Oakley, we just heard Kevin Durant. We played a little excerpt. Have you been following him on social media, going back and forth with fans? And just recently he was on the All the Smoke podcast and killing his OKC teammates. What's your take on KD and how he handles social media and all that, burner accounts, all that stuff?
I mean, they said a lot of people got burned. I mean, he just being himself. That's what he like to do. I mean, never thought nobody hustles. If he can deal with it in the real world, I guess some people do a lot of stuff and don't show their faces. So, I mean, I don't get caught up in these guys different. I mean, it's a new cycle of NBA basketball, and the guys run the league, they run the team, they run their company, they run their agent, they run their whatever. So I ain't got nothing bad about it. After he won 2 championships with Golden State, hit the 2 biggest shots in NBA history back to back, I have no complaints about him. Let him do him.
No, that's what I've said. As long as he can produce on the court,
it's just it just seems like if you're that talented, just let your play speak for itself. What do you care if somebody in their grandmother's basement, Oak, is tweeting something about you? Why would you care?
Rob, it's a sensitive league. You don't get it? These guys are sensitive.
Yes.
I mean, the tragedy, Kobe, if they had a blueprint of him coming in to see what you had to do to be a tiger in the jungle or whatever, to play basketball, and he first came in the era. I mean, I don't know. It just, man, I'm telling you, y'all see this sickness basketball going on night in and night out. I mean, look what OKC doing. They don't have nothing. Look what Memphis doing. They don't have nothing.
Right.
I mean, they holding their own, and, all they got was Memphis got a number 2 pick in the draft just playing within himself. I love how he playing. I mean, so I don't know. It's just people just drafting the wrong people. Just got to find somebody with some soul. They got to go to these small schools and get somebody who understand how tough it is. Instead of going to these big schools, they give them everything.
Oak, what do you think about the new style of play? I mean, when you played, you were a power forward, you rebounded, you hit mid-range shots. That's kind of disappeared. The type of player you were disappeared from the NBA. It's all 3-pointers now or layups.
Right.
Like, how do you feel about the new style of playing the NBA?
Well, it's about $1, right? And
right.
The money is global, right?
Yep.
And now, when I played in the league, you might have 4 to 5% global player. Now you probably got 30 to 35. So they follow the money. It's a money trail. Somebody get the bag. NBA is getting the bag global. So what we used to see in good basketball, we don't see it from our guys no more. You got a league of 30 teams. You might have 7, maybe 5 to 7 guys that wow, I want to see. It's 23 other teams that you don't want to see because it's just not basketball no more. Analytic or whatever, these gurus,
right.
Shoot threes, don't shoot 2. They don't care about free throws no more, and you can turn the ball over 12, 13 times in the quarter. It's okay.
It is amazing. But the one team that I love and the way that they play and their dog and how hard they play and they play defense, I love the Clippers. I love that group. I love what they added to what they had last year, Oak. Do you like the Clippers to win the championship?
Clippers is a scary team. You got a great coach in Doc and his staff, Tyronn Lue and all of them, Sam Cassell, a few other guys over there. But they was like last year. You get them, they came on strong. They made the playoff with just about nothing. So you add 2 marquee players to that team, a guy who won the championship, and then you get Paul George.
Yep.
And you got some guys strapping off the bench, Harold and Lou. And Lou Williams is, he's a straight pro. Harold is a pro. And you put them 2 with the other 2, and you can throw anybody in the center. And I think what Doc has been doing is trying to just get the chemistry ready for late in the season. Right now, it's going to be up and down. You can win 5, lose 2.
Right.
I mean, I think the Clippers is the only team going to give LA a problem if they play.
Who would you go with right now as the favorite between those 2?
I want to see him play because I know it's going to be a good game. Get some of the best with LeBron and Anthony Davis against Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I think it'll come down to coach. And if it do happen, Doc should have the edge and for the coach experience. And but I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. I would want it to go 7 because I would hate to see. I like both teams. But I'm a LeBron guy, so I'm going with the Lakers.
Charles Oakley, former NBA All-Star, joining the Odd Couple.
Homer.
I know, Oak, you like you said, you're a LeBron guy. You know LeBron well. You've been on this show, The Shop. You know Mav and all those guys.
Right.
One thing I like about his approach this year, there hasn't been any drama. He hasn't complained, we need this, we need that. He's just playing well and playing every night. Why do you think there's been a change in him in that regard? And, he's not saying, all that.
Well, you got the best second, third best record. I mean, the second, number 1 out west, second in the overall league. But I think that, the Lakers play good. I think they played according to who they play for us that night of the game. And you never see them lose 2 in a row, maybe once all year. But as long as LeBron is the captain and the leader, the guy who keep everybody together, do things with his teammates, and you don't see that. So as long as he's on the team, the Lakers got a chance. But I think that Anthony Davis, what they say is out on him. What can he do when LeBron ain't on the floor? What can he do? So Anthony Davis, he's a game changer player. If he stay healthy, and I don't know. They saying Lakers need more players. I don't think nobody needs players. The league is real balanced for everybody. Got two guys. It's just you got to play basketball. This is what the '90s was. You played basketball. Everybody basically had the same type of team. Just
right.
Your best player just for the ride to the occasion.
Okay, one thing a lot of people might not know about you is that you're a great cook. Some people know, but you're a great cook. A two-part question. One, what's your best dish that you cook? Man. And two, how'd you get so much into cooking?
My best dish? Well, lately they've been going crazy with my turkey lasagna. That's one. And they love my oxtails.
You need to send some of that up to the eye.
I know when you coming to L.A. I mean, well, Chris and I always hungry.
I'm coming for Kobe service. I think
Memorial.
It's the 24th.
Yeah,
I got to come. I mean, I was around Kobe. I mean, this guy just like, hey, it's a tragedy. Just go out, Vanessa and the other three girls and Gigi. I mean, hey, that's gonna be on these guys for a long time. I mean, I don't think that's gonna die down no time in the next 5 or 6 years because it's just he is so much global and people didn't know about it until this happened. Like when I was watching the tennis, and I seen Joker and said, I've been dealing with Kobe for 10 years. He's like a mentor to me, and it's like wow, my mouth was just open.
Yeah,
no, that's
no
real.
doubt.
Hey,
but go ahead. What's the second question?
That was it. I was gonna just say, Oak. I've been in this business 34 years, and I say this with all sincerity. You were one of my favorite players that I ever covered, covering sports and covering the Knicks and the Nets and the Cincinnati Reds, really, because you were just a pro's pro, and I think a lot of guys don't get like what our job is and dealing with the press, and we're not the enemy. Do you know what I mean? And I really appreciated how you handled dealing with the press.
My thing, I always tell guys, you ain't always right, but my thing is, things gonna happen, and sometimes you can't control things. But just be, I tell guys, you play your hardest, you play your best. The press can't do with so much bad about you, but they got a story to write. I mean, I never got into it with no writers or whatever like this and that. Cause I talked to everybody, and I was honest with guys, and I had a good core with press, but people are like. To this day, people, even referees or press or whoever will come to me. I mean, I wasn't as great as what I did, but people respect me, and that's all I give back in respect.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Thank
Great
you,
stuff.
Oak.
All right, Oak, we appreciate it,
guys.
man. All right, peace.
No problem.
What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard.
I'm Rob Parker.
And we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar, and he's Felix.
Oh, man. Are you serious?